Okay, let's go.
Good evening. Welcome to Snaggin Night Live, everybody. Hope everybody's had a wonderful week thus far. I'm going to bring up our awesome guest for this evening, Mr. Ed Evans and Miss Butterflies and Sunshine. Good evening.
Good evening.
Look like you all are nice and cozy.
Oh, it's warm in here.
Yeah, nice and warm. Yeah, warm and dry.
Excellent. Yeah, it was the mother. I don't know if Mother's Nature is as mad at Pennsylvania as she is at Virginia for some reason, but it's been crazy.
We have had a crazy season.
I know I think it was last 2 days, not today, but 2 days before this, it was in the 30s as a high. Today was in the 50s. Tomorrow is supposed to be back down in the 40s and the 30s for the next couple of days, and it's supposed to be up in the 60s. Crazy.
Yeah, well, next week we're supposed to have like 50s for the next couple of days, and then next week we're not supposed to get out of. We'll be lucky if we hit 30 for a high.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have ice fishing a couple more weeks anyway.
But it's the weather.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Absolutely. Yeah, it wreaks havoc on the catfish really in our area because they're all about consistency, and when you have 2 days of a cold snap, then it warms up and then it goes cold again. It's hard to figure out what they're doing, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. I'll tell you right now, I can't wait for the consistent warmer weathers.
Yes.
You and me both.
Definitely.
Can't wait to get back on the river.
Absolutely. So we got a bunch of folks in here so far. Let's go ahead and say hi to a lot of the folks that are in chat. Austin should be up shortly. We were chatting a little bit ago, but he just got his power back from not having it for 36 hours. So, but he said he'll be up on his phone, so he should be up shortly. I know he was eating dinner, but we'll say hi to everybody in chat, and then we'll get into the conversation. We've got a lot of awesome questions. Thank you for those that left questions as comments in the on the post I left a little bit ago. If anybody has any other questions for these two throughout the show, please feel free to leave them in chat. I will do my best to. If I don't, I hope I see them all. But if you leave a question in chat and I don't get to it, please type it again. I'm going to try to star all the questions, and I'll try to get to them one at a time. I cannot talk as we go along. And then I've got a bunch of questions that I was going to ask too. So we'll see how that flow works, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
All right, we got Sampy always saying hello early on. What's going on, Sampy? We got Curtis Cunningham. How you doing? There's Burrito, Catfishing Lady, Miss Lisa. Good evening. Thank you all for coming in. We really appreciate you. There's that Ed Evans guy. If everybody knows who that is, a good guy. You should go check out his channel. It's Fish on Ed Evans. There's let's see, Curtis. Catch fish with us, Chris. How you doing? Saying howdy, y'all. River Rat 3030. Ernest saying hello, everyone. Let's see. V, how you doing, V? V was the one that made that plaque for me for the King Creole tournament we did. That was pretty fun. Creole caught a lot of fish that day. Let's see. Mike Sampy, River Rat, Burrito, V. River Rat saying hello to Dustin, Butterfly, and Ed. There's Catfish Cowboy, also used to be known as 1 Pound Dustin, stopping in to say hi. It's his family night tonight. Well, have a wonderful evening with your family. Thank you for stopping in. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Charles Breckenridge says stopping by to say hello. It was an exhausting day, so I'm going to bed. Well, sleep well. Appreciate you popping in, saying hello. Mission Discover. That's a new name. I don't recognize that name.
Mission, that his name is Nathan.
Yeah.
And he actually was out on the ice with us once with Annie Finn.
Well, awesome. Well, mission discovered, Nathan. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you checking out the video tonight. Ed Jenkins. Speaking of Austin, there he is.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing, pal?
Austin.
How's it going? Glad y'all could come up here.
Going well.
We're just saying hello to some people. We got a couple new people that see Mission Discover. Nathan is in chat saying hello. He apparently was fishing. You say he was fishing with y'all?
Yeah.
He was fishing with Annie Finn and us the very first time we went to visit Finn on the ice. He's a young school boy, high
nice.
school, and has a very interesting channel.
Nice. I have to go check that out.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming up. And we got another one, Science City Fishing 423.
Now that I don't know.
Says hello, everybody. We appreciate you stopping in and checking us out.
I definitely don't know that one, but happy you're here.
We'll definitely try to get over to your channels and check out your content. Hope everybody else here goes and does that as well. We like to share everybody out and get to know each other. And the best way to do that, I think, for us is to go watch their content. And if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. That way you can watch more. There's Wannabe Outdoors. What's going on?
Hey, Matt.
How you doing, Matt? There's 922 Crappie Barbecue. Bobby, how you doing?
Hey, Bobby.
There's one of our #1 fans, Mr. Gregory Lemon. Saying
Hey,
hello to
Gregory.
everybody. Oh, there's Science City said he's from Chattanooga. Well, I might if you're at the gathering in May, I might meet you there because I will be at the gathering. Me and my wife and our 2 dogs will be there. Hopefully, we'll get to meet you there if you're going to show up there. That would be cool.
A lot of people in this community from that area.
Absolutely. Well, so Austin, I've heard you've had an exciting couple of days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Didn't have power for about 36 hours, which wouldn't normally be an issue, but about a month or so ago, my generator started acting funny, and after working on it for a while, I realized I needed a new stepper motor, so I ordered one, and it was on back order, so I didn't have a generator for the first day, and then I ended up borrowing my dad's for today. So,
oh wow.
But yeah, last night it got down to like 55 in the house, which doesn't sound too bad, but that's cold in a house.
It certainly is.
So
yeah,
but not too bad.
Well, good. Glad to hear you got your power back. Everything's warming up, going back to normal.
Yep.
Excellent. There's another person, another channel I haven't seen before, Reel of Life 423, saying hello, everyone.
Hey.
Well, welcome in. Let's see. Mission Discover said, my name is Nolan. Don't blame anyone for forgetting, though. It was a brief meetup.
Sorry, Nolan.
That's all right.
I usually just call you Mission. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
won't
appreciate
forget this time, though.
There you go. We appreciate you coming in, Nolan. Small Water Charters, John says, good evening, folks.
Hey, John.
I can probably guarantee that John will never ice fish in Florida.
I don't know. After
Yeah, that's
this
probably
winter,
pretty
you might not want to guarantee that.
Well,
You ought
there's
to make a bet with him. I'm talking to John.
Okay.
You never know.
There's 2 stands fishing. So there's Ice Fishing Expert O and Ed.
That's about right.
Yep. See, Matt said, I'm in the same boat, Austin. I've come to terms it might be time for target practice with it.
Yeah.
May talk about your generator?
It must be. Yeah, I assume he is.
All right. Well, we we've got an hour. This Colorado J, Crappy Day Darren's in here.
Hey, buddy.
Jimmy James Bailey. There's a lot of people that popped in I didn't see. But I want to go ahead and get this show started because I have a feeling we're gonna go over the hour tonight, but I'm okay with that as long as y'all are okay with that.
We're not doing anything.
As long as it takes. We just want to thank you for having us up here.
Well, thank you for coming up. We really appreciate it. It's our pleasure. Oh, look at that. Small Water Charter said that we have made an ice fishing video, had 10 bags of ice on deck of a pontoon. May tip up from survey funds. Okay, I was wrong.
You should have made a bet with him.
That's Greg Burgess, Scenic City Fishing, that I just subscribed. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. All right, so we wanted to get the expert up here tonight about ice fishing. You too, Ed, to talk about a little bit about ice fishing. And because I know I was talking to my wife trying to come up with something to talk about tonight, and she's like, I really think it'd be interested to talk about ice fishing. So maybe if we get her some information that answers to the questions that she's asked, maybe we can get her out on the ice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
There you go.
We got this butterflies and sunshine out there for the first time, and she fell in love with it now. So
Come up for a visit.
yeah.
All we need is the ice and you.
Sounds like a good combination. Well, happy early birthday, Gregory.
Happy early birthday.
Let me say that February is a great month. Hey, there's Fishing with Tito. Catfish Dog.
Hey, Tito.
February is a good month. My daughter's birthday was on the 1st. Fire Chief Landon's birthday is in 2 days. And then Gregory Lemons is on the 25th. Spread out nice and even.
That is a good month.
There's that Trophy Seeker Outdoors guy that's eating it all.
Mine's on the 29th.
Okay.
The funny thing is Landon's due date was actually supposed to be on the 29th of February.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
On a leap year?
Yes, sir. Didn't end up happening. Cool. I think that would have been awesome.
He'd be like 4 years old.
Correct.
Sweet.
That's how you stay so young, Austin.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I was really born in, 1949. There's some new leap years.
Trophy Seeker Outdoors says his birthday is the 25th. Well, that sounds like it's the same day as Gregory's.
Sweet. What's up, Darrell?
All right, let's get this party started. So we'll start with this. Butterflies. We know that you just started. You want me to call you Butterflies? Or you want me to call you Linda? Which one would you prefer?
Whatever. But I'm so used to Butterflies. When it comes to the fishing community, everybody knows me as Butterflies, so that's fine.
Okay.
Whatever comes out of your mouth is fine.
Okay. Well, Butterflies, we know that you just started. I know I was watching the live with y'all on your very first ice fishing adventure with Ed. And I know you caught a fish there. But Ed, how long have you been ice fishing?
I'd have to say 45 years.
Wow.
Easy 45 years. I'm 65 now. Where I actually got into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you actually got serious about it.
Would you be offended if I told you that I'm not even 45 yet?
No, I wouldn't be offended. I say congratulations, you hide it well.
Thank you.
Not as well as me, Ed.
Oh man.
That's a lot of experience. 45 years.
That is definitely a lot of experience. So I guess one of the first questions that I have on my list is, how do you know if the ice is safe when you're trying to find your ice fishing spots?
That's the first thing that's always asked of me. How do you know the ice is safe? And what I tell everybody is throw a big rock on it first to make sure the rock's not going to go through. Then motion it out a little bit, make a hole with your auger, find out how thick the ice is. If you don't have at least 4 inches of ice, and that's safe ice to me. Anybody could walk around on 4 inches ice. It's not going to go anywhere. But the thicker, the better. Like today, we had 9 inches of ice, so that's plenty. And I just keep going out further and further and further. Just keep drilling a hole, checking the ice. Usually, not all the time, but usually closer to shore is going to be thinner ice. The further out you get into the lake, it's going to be the thicker ice.
So Darrell's saying that you drive your truck on the ice, it's safe.
No, I will never drive a truck, an ATV, snowmobile. I would never do that. I'm just not going to do it.
Never say never.
I'm saying never because I'm never going to do it. My truck costs too much to be driving on a lake.
I'm with you there. I agree with you 100% on that one.
Well,
And besides, here, this part of Pennsylvania, we don't get the ice that they get up like in Lake Erie. So our ice thickness here does not compare to the up that they have. They get like 24 inches of ice. We never see that down here.
No. Well, that's like Uncle Don was out there. He had over 2 feet of ice.
Right. We never see that here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Gregory
Well,
Leonard. Yeah, that's a
So
lot of
our
ice.
ice fishing season is actually limited here. Last year, I think I got out twice. 2 days. That's it.
And the year before, I don't think you got out at all.
Yeah, 2 years ago, didn't get out at all because the ice wasn't safe. So it's rough. We're thankful for what we're getting this year.
Yeah.
Because we've already been out 3 weeks already on the ice.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got off the water today.
Well,
9 inches of ice. It was great.
The day we were there, it was 11.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Did you have any luck today?
Yes, we did. We caught 19 fish through the hole.
Wow.
I
Bluegill,
was fishing with a
crappie.
buddy of mine. His name's Bob from Anything Is Possible.
Yeah.
TV channel. I mean, you got to check it out. It's really great. His content, everything he's got going for him, it's great. He'll be heading down to Florida in 9 days.
Well,
him and the wife are renting a motorhome, and they're driving down to Florida with 2 kids, and they're fishing all the way down and all the way back.
Wow.
I mean, they don't have the life, huh?
Yeah, tell me about it.
But we were fishing today, and Russ also joined us, another buddy of mine, and we got 19 fish through the ice, or 18, I'm sorry, through the ice during the live, and then we got 2 more after the live was over. But if you get a chance, check the live out. It'll show you exactly what we're doing. You know, we don't hold nothing back.
But if somebody in the chat, one of the moderators could do me a favor and go to Anyfin's page and channel and drop the link to that video that he's talking about, that'd be fantastic.
Anything Is Possible is the name of his channel. Yep.
Mission Discover. Nolan said, Ed, I was admiring your truck when I pulled up the day we met. It's a few years newer than mine.
You can't miss that big orange thing.
I saw Ed's truck and it was almost brand new.
Yeah, you did. And so did them vultures.
I would say when it left, it wasn't looking as brand new as it used to.
Yeah.
Oh man, sorry to bring up bad memories.
That's all right. I'll never go out of Dutch again. I know that.
He'll never forget that. So it's not like bringing it up because it's embedded forever.
But do you know what's funny is I'll never go out of Dutch Cap again either for different reasons. Let's see. I know I saw a comment. I'll say Ohio weather has been so weird. People to the east and west have had ice and snow.
That's weird.
John from Small Water Charter is saying, did I mention it was 85 here today? In case someone was curious.
Rubbing it in.
Can't wait. I can't wait. I'm happy for you, John.
Good Hooked on Colorado Jay said they have 10 inches to 2 feet of it, 2 feet there in Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah, well, they get cold early too.
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Colorado. Now I'm from the eastern plains of Colorado, so not up in the mountains, but I'm out where there's no trees and there's just a lot of wind. So, well, that's where I'm from anyway. Excuse me. Kevin Henderson, welcome in. So on the question about how do you know the ice is safe that you answered, how thick should the ice be to be safe when you're out there fishing, or maybe a different spin on that question is how thick do you like the ice when you're out there on the ice fishing? For
me personally, 4 inches is the minimum that I'll walk out on the ice. That's safe ice to me. Now, for Miss Butterflies and Sunshine, she could get away with 2 inches of ice because of how light she is.
So you're saying 12 inches for me would suffice?
He said you ought to move to North Dakota. He just told you to move to North Dakota.
Yeah, that's a big no. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa dropped the link to Anyfin's page for that show. Thank you so much. Definitely gonna go watch that either tonight or tomorrow. Thank you, Stan. Colorado Jay said, I like to fish on at least 8 to 10 inches of ice. Okay.
Yeah, we had 9 inches today. It was great.
Nice.
You don't have to worry about anything.
Is there such a thing as too thick? Like if you're out there ice fishing?
Yeah. If you start getting down to 3 feet deep in ice, your auger is going to have some kind of extension on it. Right. I showed you a picture of the auger that we were using with the little drill on the top. And that's only this long. So if you're going through 3 foot ice, you're definitely going to need an extension to do it. That's like drilling a well.
Right. And then pulling the fish up is like pulling it through a 3 foot tunnel. Yeah. Yeah. You know, good chance of losing it at that point.
Right. Well, that was one of the next questions about what do you use to drill your holes? So I brought the picture up that you sent me.
Okay.
Of the auger. How long is that bit?
It's 3 foot to the drill.
Okay. Did you have to have an adapter for that?
Yeah, it came with the auger itself.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, that's my buddy Russ's. I have a manual one that just you go around like this, but this thing here flies through the ice with no problem.
I got you.
Yeah, the day we went out, he was kind enough to dig all our holes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that thing there, you just hit the button, boom, right through the ice, gone.
Wow. And so how big do you typically drill your holes, or how big should the holes be?
Well, in Pennsylvania, the largest hole that you're allowed to drill is 10 inches.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This auger here that you see and my auger is 8 inches in diameter.
Oh, wow. So if you pull up a fish that's bigger than the hole, you can't get it out, you just got to let it go?
No, if you have the chance and the time, drill a hole that's close to it and poke through it with a hatchet or a pry bar or something, just to open the hole up for you to get a bigger fish through.
So you can join holes, you just can't, individual holes can't be bigger than 10 inches.
Right.
Okay. And you said that auger hole was, you said 8 inches?
8 inches, yes.
So I just brought up the picture of the hole that I'm guessing that auger bit that you sent me drilled that hole.
Yep.
Okay.
Sweet.
So, I guess the next logical question to that was, how do you keep the water in the hole from freezing up if it's that cold outside?
Did you hear Russ' question?
Yeah.
With the scoop.
No, give me the remote.
I don't have it.
Oh, there you go. Oh, the foam pad. Okay.
I'll try to get up close here for you. These are thermal pads.
Okay.
And what they do, they sit on top of the ice over top of your hole. Now, this is 12 inches. My hole's only 8 inches, so it's going to cover the whole hole.
Right.
Now, the tip-ups that I use are the F.O.A. bill.
Oh, so
Now,
they
the
kind of
F.O.A.
have.
bill, this has a slot right in the side. You just slide it right on, and it covers the whole hole. Just like that.
Okay.
So this insulation pad keeps any ice from forming in the hole. It's a really great setup. I had the other type, which were just the old wooden ones. I got them from my dad when he passed away. I gave those away to people that wanted to get into ice fishing. Then I bought some other ones that were plastic, and they look like a what do I want to call that? Like a H, and it had the center thing that slid back and forth like this one.
Okay.
But these here, to me, were well worth the money. I got them when Gander Mountain was going out of business, and everything was dirt cheap. To me, these save me a lot of time. I don't have to go around and clean the holes out all the time, because when I pull this off, the water is crystal clear. There's no ice buildup at all on there. But the thing is, when you drill your hole in the ice, I have a shovel, and I go across the top of the hole. And then I use my ladle, which you saw next to the auger, to clean the hole out. And once all the ice is out of there and you put this on there, it's not going to freeze up on you. You're going to have clean water the whole time.
Nice.
Keeps that cold air. It keeps it insulated.
Yes, it does. Yep, keeps it well insulated. As a matter of fact, when you put this on the ice, if there's no water around it, it will start to melt the ice. That's how great these pads work.
Wow.
So you'll have like a little puddle of water around the whole thing, but it's insulation. So it works really good. Really good.
Nice. We'll have to later on in the show. We'll have to get you to do a demonstration on how that setup works.
Okay. And in Pennsylvania, we're only allowed 5 tip-ups per person. You could use a combination of 2 rods and 3 tip-ups, or 4 tip-ups and 1 rod, because some people like to jig. Myself, I'm not big into jigging. And with jigging, you're going to use a small rod, such as this one here. And you're just going to use like a Swedish pimple on it with a little wax worm. And you're just going to send it down the hole. And you're just going to sit there and jig it like this. Nice and easy, you know? But
that's one of Finn's favorites.
That's one of Bob's favorite things to do. He loves to, and Russ also.
Yeah. He
likes to jig. Myself, anybody that knows Ed Evans knows that he's lazy. I'm sorry, but I don't
have to turn around and look at me, you know.
I don't I like to sit back on my boat and just listen for the rods to go off.
But Mission Discover is also one that likes to do the jig.
Yeah. Mission Discover, he likes to jig also. Yeah.
We'll get into this in just a minute, but Stan 3 said, Ed, that's a nice necklace on, has a nice necklace on in case he needs to climb out of the couch.
There you go.
Out of the couch.
Yeah, we'll get into that just a little bit.
I thought that was the bridle for pulling the sled across the lake.
The only thing is, when you're playing on ice, it's got to be safety first.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Number 1, make sure you have enough ice to fish on comfortably. If it's sketchy, like she could fish on 2 inches of ice, I cannot, because my weight would just go through 2 inches of ice. she's light as a butterfly, so it's she wouldn't even crack it, a 2-inch piece of ice. But
she's light as a butterfly in sunshine.
and these we just wear around our neck 100% of the time, because if you do go through the ice, the first thing you have to do is try to get out of the water, because hypothermia is going to set in and set in fast. I have a suit that I can wear where if I fell through the ice and I was fishing by myself, I can actually float. Yep. But you're still going to get hypothermia because around your ankles, around your wrists, the water's going to get in there, around your neck.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So with these, just pop them open and grab onto the ice. And don't try to stand up right away as soon as you get to the edge of the ice. Just keep pulling yourself, belly crawl till you get away from it, and then try to get up and then get back to your vehicle to get dried off, because like I said, hypothermia is #1 killer when it comes to ice water.
I noticed in chat, Buck Williams had said, if you hear the ice cracking and it's at least 4 inches thick, it's not breaking, it's growing.
Right.
The other week when we were out with 11 inches of ice, it was cracking all over the place.
Because it's growing.
Because it was growing.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. It really does if you think about ice expanding.
Yep. And for somebody that's never been on ice before, like Miss Butterflies, she thought we were going down. Well, because she's not used to that sound, you know what I mean?
It's quite the sound.
Yeah, it is scary.
I'm sure it is disconcerting.
Especially if you've never heard it or you've never done that before.
Right.
And you're walking on the ice and you hear this, right? It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, okay, it's okay.
I will say, chat, I do apologize if I'm not seeing everybody. If you have any questions, like I said, if you have a question, please, we'll try to get to it. But I'm over on the media assets, so I'm bringing up pictures and stuff that Ed sent me, so I can give you a little bit more of a visual of what it's like to actually be ice fishing. So if we miss anything, please post it again, and we'll try to get to your questions if you have any.
It's mostly been hellos and whatnot.
Okay, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Buck said,
Ed was doing such a great job of explaining things. There was no point in stopping that.
Oh, absolutely. Buck Williams is saying ice sometimes makes sounds like that, sound like a whale.
Yeah. It gets really loud sometimes. Yeah.
Wannabe Matt said, when you hear that first initial pop of ice and listen as it echoes closer or farther away is creepy.
It is.
Yeah.
I've grown accustomed to it, but for somebody new,
well, like I said,
they're heading for the bank.
Or at least seriously thinking about it.
Right.
But do I really want to turn and move? Should I stay where I'm at? Should I take another step? What should I do next? But the good thing is, in my case, send somebody bigger out first.
Exactly. There you go. I would never take anybody out on ice that I wouldn't go out on myself. If I felt it wasn't safe, I'd say, look, I don't think it's safe enough. I think we should just wait it out, let it get a little thicker, and then we'll go out. I'm not going to force it. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. No point.
What I do, I take a ride myself, and I'll go around and just check different places where there's ice to see what the ice looks like. The week prior to us going out was open water. So that tells you how fast ice can form.
Yeah.
It was 1 week difference.
Yeah.
We went out, checked it out. It was all open water. Went back the following week. We had 11 inches of ice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how fast it comes. Yeah.
Boom, boom, bam. Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate that. F.O.A. custom gear. $5. Thank you so much.
Catfish Dog asked, how many times have I outfished you?
On her first day out, she outfished me.
I love when that happens. You take somebody out fishing and they catch more fish than you.
Get back at me today. He beat my
personal best on the pickerel was 18 and a half inches, and I got a 21 incher today. That was 2 pounds. Hers was 1 pound 4 ounces.
Right.
So
It doesn't
So-
happen often, but it has happened.
yeah,
A couple times on the boat it happened, but that's only because he's kind enough to let me have them all.
I don't mind that. I
Well,
like
I'm
to
just
have
saying.
somebody else have a good time, especially when you take somebody out for the first time. You always want to show them a good time. And
Absolutely.
if you're not catching any fish, they're not going back again because you didn't make it pleasurable enough to go back. You
Right.
figure she's sitting out there in the elements. What was it? In the teens, we were out there
Yeah.
in
The
the
wind-
teens
The wind chill.
with the wind chill,
Yeah.
and she's toughening it out. And if I don't put her on fish, I'm not doing my job.
Sorry.
That's how I look at it. You
Yeah,
always
I
want
look-
to catch fish when you go out. Granted, we're all fishermen, and we all know skunks are for real. I could tell you that more than anybody probably by the way I'm flathead fishing, but that's the way I fish, and I'll stick to that. But you want to always show that person a good time on the water, and that would spark their interest to get them back in on it. A couple of gentlemen I took out for the first time had a blast. They caught the biggest fish they ever caught through the ice that were bigger than the fish that they would have caught, in the summertime. So now they're buying ice fishing equipment to go fishing. And my theory is, if you're going ice fishing, don't go to the store and buy everything brand new. You don't need that. Everything that I bought, except for these because it was something new on the market, but I got a good discount because Gainer Mountain was going out of business.
Right.
But I'm on Marketplace Facebook
Because
3 times a day at least. And I got a lot of my stuff. My little hut that I use, which is not big, and you'll see it, I got it for $10. You can't beat that. $10 for a little shelter. And that's all you need. Just to get you out of the wind. You put your heater behind you, you're good to go. Look at that. It's perfect.
Yeah.
There you
The
go.
only reason why you
That's
see that towel over the top with the heater going inside, if I don't have that towel there, the heat just comes right over the top of you. So with that towel there, it blocks it up. So you got a whole layer of heat on
It
top of
shoots
the.
it back down.
Yeah, it's pretty
Nice.
sharp. Throws it back down in your face.
Greg
Nice.
Awesome.
has a question there.
Okay.
What about if you're in a wheelchair and you want to go ice fishing? What do you do?
Wow. That's a hard one. Where I ice fish, there is no way we could get a wheelchair down there. There's no boat ramps or anything like that where you can actually go down onto the ice.
Have to climb over the rocks.
Yeah, and it's like a dam, so there's no way we could get you down them big rocks.
Right. But even
in a
if you
wheelchair.
could get onto the ice safely, unless that person's wearing some kind of a flotation device or something in case the wheelchair goes in, and there again, you have to be able to push the chair on the ice.
Right.
So you would need like some kind of a cleat or a chain or something wrapped around to make it safe to even move that chair.
Or studded tires on the
Well,
wheelchair.
Yeah, there you go.
those studded tires were worked on a case like
Just-
today.
Right.
Just put chains on the tires.
That's it. They
On a
got them.
wheelchair, I
They
don't
got
know.
them for our shoes. Might as well put them
Yeah.
on other things.
Yeah. So Gregory, I think it's doable. I just think it's going to take some
Special
thinking
gear.
thinking about how to keep yourself safe. That's the most
Right.
important part.
Safety first. I wouldn't recommend it myself.
And for one, someone that's in a wheelchair is not going to be going down the bank and onto the ice by themselves because they'll never get back up.
No.
Right.
They
Yeah.
need several people to help them back up. But I would say if you wanted to fish ice fishing, I would go to like around our area. We have Lake Nakamixon and you have boat ramps. You can take a wheelchair down a boat ramp and have somebody push you out on the ice.
I wouldn't go too far. Out.
Peace Valley Park is another one. They have boat ramps. You can actually take a wheelchair down comfortably onto the ice. That would be the only way that I could see, ice fishing from a wheelchair. You have to have that accessibility onto the ice. But climbing down a bunch of rocks over a dam, that's pretty rough. Because then you're gonna have probably 4 people trying to lift a wheelchair to get it up.
Yeah, that's not.
Somebody's gonna twist an ankle on the rocks. It's not really safe.
No. Definitely.
No. I think somebody needs to put wheels on a kayak. Just put wheels on the side of a kayak, and if you break through the ice, so what? Like.
There you go.
Chris from Catfish with us said an airboat would be ideal for getting a wheelchair out on the lake. There are airboat ice fishing charters up here.
Oh.
There you go.
That would be awesome.
We don't have them in Pennsylvania because we don't have enough ice at any given time.
We don't have enough ice to worry about.
Right.
Getting something like that.
Just real quick, Freddie was telling us to put the hat back on. He sees Dr. Phil hair coming in.
Oh, trust me. You and everybody else reminds me constantly. Thank you.
Colorado J, Get Hooked on Colorado J said, I was ice fishing last Sunday on 3 to 4 inches of ice in 60-degree weather, and it started to turn into open water.
Today, we had 2 inches of water on top of 9 inches of ice because we had it raining this morning, which there's no runoff because the water's just going to be on top of the ice. And the snow that we had melted. So we had 2 inches of water on top of the ice. But it was safe because it's 9 inches. And once this freezes, it's going to be even better.
It just builds.
Yeah.
Buck Williams made a comment a little bit ago saying on a big lake, you have to watch out for pressure ridges. What are pressure ridges?
What happens there is you'll have ice. And then when you get a crack, if the ice is like a foot thick, you'll see it jump up a foot, and the other piece, it'll be laying on top of it. It's really weird.
Like a tectonic plate.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Well, you figure if you have solid ice across the lake and it's expanding, something's got to give. It's got to crack and move and shuffle,
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. Just saw Jodi come in here. Thank you all for coming in. If we missed you, we really appreciate you coming in and watching the show tonight. Kevin Hendrickson, how you doing?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, Jodi.
There's Jen, Jodi.
Saying good morning.
What I saw you talked about the ice pick things you have around your neck that you always wear with you, and you said you have a suit that you wear if you're out by yourself. What's some other safety equipment that y'all or that you might want to have with you if you're ice fishing?
In order to walk out on the ice, you cannot walk out on regular boots. You have to have some kind of corkers or something like that. And Linda's going to show you hers. I thought you put your on your boots.
I did.
What'd you put on sneakers for?
just for the fun of it. Anyway, you can put them on regular shoes. Okay. But preferably to keep yourself warm, you're going to put them on your boot.
Something that's waterproof so you don't get wet feet.
Right. So
these, you're definitely going to get wet feet. I can't believe it.
This is my high-heeled sneaker.
I like it.
I have to show off my high-heeled sneaker.
Your platform sneakers. Platform Converse. I like it.
Anyway, this is the cleat itself.
Okay.
And you can see they go pretty deep.
Oh, wow.
And what this is, let me go get the other one. I'm going to get one that's not on the boot.
Okay.
You can talk about that.
All right. So what these cleats do, they dig into the ice as you're walking across the ice. As you can see, it's got the points down here. Mine are a little different than this. I have the screw-in ones where you use a wrench to tighten them down like a golf shoe. And they have carbide on them, carbide tips.
Gotcha.
But these are the ones that she could actually find that would fit her little feet. And she bought 2 different sets.
Well, the first time I was out, I was slip sliding all over the place. And his friend Russ had an extra pair of cleats that he put on me.
That were like 10 times too big.
And we had to tie them on with fishing line.
Oh wow.
But it worked.
But it worked. It worked. But this is what they look like
Okay,
when
so
they're not on the shoe.
are they one size fits all?
No, well they come in small, medium, large.
Okay.
Okay, and this is actually the size that is currently on both the high-heeled sneaker and the boot. So they do stretch pretty good.
Okay.
So and then you flip it over the top, and you have this little bar, and then you bring it around underneath, and you bring it up the back.
And what are
you
those
hook it-
called again?
Cleats, ice fishing cleats.
Yeah, but the name of the ones that I use are called corkers.
Okay. Mark made a comment saying I have those exact same crampons. They work great.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
work good.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, they're fantastic. Like I said, even though I had ones that were 2 sizes too big,
Right.
they were tied on with the fishing string, and they worked great. Because before that, it was really questionable walking around on the ice.
Yeah.
Right. I bet.
The worst thing you want to do is slip on ice and try to catch yourself. You're going to break an arm, a hip, or something like that. Or even worse, smack your head on the ice.
Absolutely.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Everything on ice fishing, you want to think about safety first, regardless about everything else. Fish are going to come. You know what I mean? It's that safety part.
Absolutely.
You want to dress warm. You could take layers off. You can't put them on if you don't have them.
That's true.
Butterflies and Sunshine bought a heated vest. Now, Stand 3 has the same ones because I asked Stand 3 about them. I bought myself one. But you put these on, and it keeps your whole front nice and warm, your collar nice and warm, the whole back, it stays nice and warm. I can't say enough about these because those cold nights when we're out there
They're good
flathead
all
fishing,
year round, and I
These
bought
are-
them
they're fantastic.
right.
And if you're inclined,
They have where's the little battery pack? It's just a little battery
Yeah.
that goes in the pocket. You hook it in. Well, that's in the box.
right.
Um,
But if you're inclined, Miss Butterflies wanted to buy an ice shelter. She got the opportunity to sit in any fins, and she fell in love with it. It's like a Cadillac to her. He's got a big bench in there. You could probably sit 3 people across it.
3 of me.
Yeah, but you can also put the stadium seats that we bought for the boat for flathead fishing. You can put them in there because they have
The heated
the
seats.
heated seats.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And
That's
you talk
nice.
about being comfortable. That's ideal.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
you could.
But
if
I
it
told her, don't go that route trying to buy something like that. We don't get enough ice here to warrant a $1,500 price tag for one of them.
Well,
Wow, yeah.
They're not that. They wouldn't be that much. They're not really honestly that much. I saw some.
The
that-
new clams are that much. If you're
Well,
buying something that's insulated.
well, like Don was saying that you really a nice tent is fine because if they do hold heat, you're gonna have a heater in there.
Okay, a nice tent would work. The little shelter that I have blew
Well,
across the lake today from the wind.
Oh, wow.
So how do you do that? If you have a tent, it's going to fly away.
Yeah.
you don't
Mark
take
was
it
saying,
out 50-mile-an-hour wind.
that's right. You don't go fishing in that wind.
Exactly.
I
Cal-
fish whenever I can. And
Oh, I hear you. Mark Catfish the Crappie said, just looking at those, the cleats for your shoes, he said he hears crunch, crunch, crunch in his head as if he was walking on the ice.
Yes, you do.
Yes, and that's really loud
Yes,
too.
it is.
And
Good.
Jody has a very important question. Can you do the chicken dance on the ice in those?
I can, Jody, for money. She bought that chicken dance that I did during the wing challenge for $5. So if she
On
wants
the
to-
ice? How much?
I'll do it on the ice.
For $5?
Sure.
There you go, Jody. Next live. Come on in. We'll have him do the chicken dance again.
There's
Freddie
anything as
said it.
possible jumping in saying howdy y'all.
Hey, Bob.
It's more like duck waddle if you slip.
Yeah.
You don't slip in these corkers that we have, or even these ice
Yeah,
things.
they work really well.
Mark said he can do anything on the ice, Jodi. Yeah, anything saying almost bedtime, but wanted to pop in and say hi, share the stream out. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Hope you get some good sleep tonight. There's Dale Hayslip saying good evening, everybody.
Hey, there's Bob.
Yeah.
How's it going, buddy? We were just talking about your show.
Yeah, they had all kinds of good things to say.
Oh, we had a good time today on the ice. We caught a lot of fish.
Nolan was in a little earlier.
Yeah.
Yep. So is that's pretty much the extent of the safety equipment you have? You got the picks, you got the crampons for your shoes, and the heated
and you want to have waterproof boots. You don't want to put it on sneakers because your feet are going to get wet, and then you're done for the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm with you there. I was almost done for the tournament the other day, even though I had waterproof boots on. My feet were so cold.
Right. And
wool socks.
Any ice fisherman is going to tell you the weather is not bad. It's what you're wearing is bad.
Right.
If you get cold fast, you're wearing the wrong things. My boots that I wear have 12,000 grams of thinsulate in them. So 1,200.
Gotcha.
So yeah, they're warm, and I wear one pair of wool socks, heavy wool socks, and my feet stay warm all day.
Right. Well, that day we were out there all day. And I had 2 pair of wool socks and there's boots on.
And your feet were fine.
Yeah, my feet were fine.
There you go.
I had my heated vest, but I didn't even put the battery in that day because I didn't need it.
Right.
I didn't need to turn it on. But I mean, I had it if I needed it. So I mean, yeah, if you're prepared for.
And you always want to dress in layers. Like I said, you put them on. You can take them off if you get too hot. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But if you don't have them, you can't put them on, so you're gonna be miserable.
Yeah, Chris was saying you want knee pads to keep your knees off the ice too.
Well, I have a pad similar to this they use for gardens. It's got a little handle on it. And I put that down. I usually sit on it. You'll see it in my shack. I sit on it, but it's got a handle on it. I just grab it and take it over to the hole and put it down and kneel down on that.
And like, well, you wear like sometimes just flannel lined jeans, but I actually wear ski pants.
Right.
So they're water resistant too.
But you're wearing thermals before that.
Right. I have thermals.
And then your ski pants.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ed, Jodi wants to know. Oops, hold on, let me take that off there. Jodi would like to know how much for you to do an ice skating routine.
I'm too old for ice skating. I'll break an ankle.
Be out there shooting the duck.
We were teasing him about that day when we were fishing about him getting out there and ice skating with a tutu on.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah, that's worth a little more than $5.
Yeah.
Gregory said you'll be like Bambi on the ice when sliding around.
Dog and I's asking if I ever caught a catfish through the ice. No. Yep. The ponds that I fish are basically all bass lakes, and they have pickerel in them. They might have catfish, but the way that I rig up my tip up, I'm 1 foot off the bottom with a live shiner, and I'm using large shiners too. So that shiner can actually swim away from a catfish.
Yeah, okay.
If it was cut bait or something, I'd say, yeah, maybe a catfish would get on it. But the way I'm fishing, I just want the pickerel and the bass.
Gotcha.
And we end up getting a lot of crappie that way too with the live bait. So,
all right. So that kind of leads into another question that we had. You talked about the bass and the pickerel. What other species do you usually catch when you're out there, up where you're at in Pennsylvania?
Well, the lake that we were on, Anyfin has caught yellow perch. Now, this guy here, he knows how to catch a variety of fish. He's caught yellow perch. He's caught crappie. He's caught Today he got bluegills, pumpkin seeds.
Right.
There was a variety of panfish that he caught today through the ice.
Nice.
I've only caught the pickerel and the bass because that's basically what I'm shooting for. Because I only go out with live bait. I don't sit there and jig like the rest of those guys. So, you know me, I go big or I go home. I want the biggest bait on the hook and let them go to town. That's all.
Speaking of big, Gregory wants to know what the biggest fish you have caught through the ice is.
The biggest one that I personally caught was probably 22-inch pickerel, chain pickerel.
Okay.
It is the same.
Pretty
That's
big
a
fish.
fun fight right there.
For your ice hole.
Right.
So to kind of piggyback off that question and the comment that Austin just made about being a fun fight, do they still fight pretty good when even though it's really cold water?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When they pick up that shiner and they take off and that flag goes up, because it's sitting like this. It's sitting like that on the ice. And then when they pull, that flag goes up like that. You'll see this starting to spin. It keeps spinning. And that means the fish is running with your line.
Oh wow.
Just
Okay.
ask butterflies.
I was pulling up that line, pulling up, and I'm there like, I don't think it's here anymore. And
18 and a half
keep
inches.
pulling, keep
It must have went 30, 40 yards.
Wow.
Easy.
She's sitting there and she's doing this forever.
I thought for sure it wasn't there anymore. Russ kept saying, it's on there, it's still on there, keep pulling. And sure enough, there he was.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for those of us that don't know or familiar with how everything works, when you're ice fishing, you showed us the tip up. So when you're reeling the fish in, you're hand lining the fish, correct?
Yes, you're hand lining. Yep.
Unless you're jigging for fish, then you use that small rod.
Right. And what you use on your tip up, this is called ice line on here on the spool.
Okay.
And it goes down to a swivel. And then from the swivel, I have 15-pound fluorocarbon that comes off the swivel down to my hook. And my hook, about 6 inches above the hook, I have a little split shot. And the reason why I do that is because when you put the big shiners in the hole, he wants to stay up. He don't want to go down. He wants to stay up in that hole. So this little split shot here is forcing him to go down the hole. Then once he gets down there, then he can swim around, you know, normal. But
Gotcha.
I use the number 6 hook, which is pretty small, but the baits that I'm using are pretty big, so they don't even see that hook. They're just after the bait.
Right.
And when they hook up, boy, the fight is on.
See what Eddie Finn said? Nolan runs a sub 5-minute mile to the flag. Ed slow walks.
Yes, I do.
That goes back to your comment earlier about being lazy.
Nolan sprints.
Nolan, he sprints to the flag. I'm walking over there. I'm not going to fall and break my head. But you figure I'm 4 times as old as Nolan, too.
Right.
Nolan said, LOL, Bob, I'm slow nowadays. Probably only a 5:30.
Yeah.
4 times as old as Nolan.
He has a fantastic channel for a young man. He is very diversified and extremely knowledgeable.
Please, if you get the opportunity, check out Mission Discover and Anyfin Is Possible. The content that these guys have, they don't just fish. They do other things.
Yeah, hun.
Bob
cooks.
He cooks. I mean, he just made a deer.
A deer meat top.
It was like a taco type.
It was
thing.
a casserole.
Yeah.
But he used Frito.
He was teasing me with it today for lunch. I could see him eating it, and he didn't even offer me any. But nice. I had my own lunch anyway, so that was okay.
So we talked about how thick the ice is. How deep is the water you're typically on?
We're in 6 and 7 feet of water right now. That's all we're in. Now you could get like Russ. He was over in 4 foot area and just trying that out. But there's a lot of weeds and lily pads in this lake that we go to, and most of the lakes in the area are pretty much the same. They got a lot of lily pads and a lot of brush piles. So you're fishing. If I'm in 7 feet of water, I'm fishing 6 feet deep because I want that bait to be 1 foot off the bottom. Most of the fish in the wintertime are going to be hugging the bottom because most of the bass we bring up, you'll see the mud on the bottom of them. But fish, when they strike something, their eyes are up here anyway. They're looking up. And if they see something just dangling over top of their head, they're going to take a taste. Absolutely.
Anyfin said that that deer recipe was 4 days old, Ed. Wasn't sure, but I'm feeling fine.
I would have eaten it. It looked good to me.
I'll tell you, I watched him. I watched the video for him making it, and it looked good. Looked good. It's a really nice recipe.
It looked good sitting in that bowl. He's jigging and trying to eat at the same time, and every time he'd take a bite, the rod would go down. And I was laughing.
Tonight he was making something else, but I didn't have a chance to watch it, so I'll watch it tomorrow. But yeah, he does it all. And him and Nolan had a fish fry out on the ice that day after we left.
Yeah, catch and cook, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Bob,
I think
which is Anyfin, he's from Alaska. He used to be a guide on the rivers up there for the salmon, the cutthroats and stuff like that. Very knowledgeable. He actually fillets fish for a living too.
Yeah. He has a little side job.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
But he also hunts and everything else.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
You had a question you want to ask, Austin? Or a comment?
Probably did. It was something witty, and I can't remember what it was now.
Oh, that's funny you mentioned that. You said he's from Alaska. There was a guy that used to come on Jodi's show, something Shark.
Glacier Shark.
I can't remember.
Glacier
Shark. He's from Virginia, but now lives in Alaska.
Yeah.
He's a friend of Anyfin.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mission discovers Nolan said slightly underdone, but still tasty. I'll do it for a tad longer next time. Got to get used to the new stove.
Yeah, that's
he brought his own little stove out because he planned on cooking the fish ahead of time.
Now that's a good question there. Do I ever use a Vexilar or a graph? I have electronics to put down through the hole. Everybody knows Ed Evans. He's lazy. I don't feel like taking it out on the ice. I can only put 5 apparatuses out in the water at a time. So I can only do 5 holes. So when I do my 5 holes and get my tip-ups out, I'm sitting down relaxing, watching the tip-ups. A lot of the guys with the Vexilars and Markhams, and there's a bunch of different ones they have, graphs, you put down through there. It's like a live scope. You can actually see the fish under the water, and they're basically jigging for those fish. And they'll jump from hole to hole until they find a pot of fish, and they'll be fishing them. Myself, I take a small rod like this, which you saw on my hut. It's got a little bell sinker sitting on the one end. So what I do, I drop this down to the bottom, wind it down to the top of the water, and from the water to the bottom of the sinker, I'm on the bottom. Now I take my tip up and I want to drop it down. So this tip is underneath of the tip up. So it's at the top of the water. And then I go all the way down to the bottom, like about 8 inches, 10 inches from the bottom up to a foot. That would be the max that I would go up. And that's my depth. Now, once I set the depth on that, which I'm going to show you real quick here, I have a system. And people were asking me, why do I do that? I'm going to explain it real quick here. Okay, here's my line. Just say, for instance, this is 1 foot off the bottom. Now, in order for me to know that that's 1 foot off the bottom every time, I have to have some kind of marker. So what I do, I take a real small bobber. And I mean it's small. And I just hook it to the line. Yeah, let's hook it to the line. Easier said than done.
I was just going to say the same thing.
There we go. Now that it's on the line, we just tighten it up. Okay. Now that won't move anymore. This bobber will not go up or down. So when a fish starts to run, it will just keep taking line out, but this bobber will always be in the same spot. So I just wind it back up to there, put it back in the hole again, and it's set perfectly at the depth that I already had that one fish on.
Okay.
So that's
Makes
my
perfect
system
sense.
that I use. So I know that I'm at the same spot that I just put it at by measuring one time on the depth of the hole with my little rod.
For each tip up, right?
Yeah, for each tip up. So I do it 5 times, and that's all I have to do. Now, the only time I change is if those 5 holes aren't producing for me and I want to make some other holes and move a couple of tip ups, then I'll redo. I'll check the depth of the water, then set it the same way, and it works out perfect. I don't need a several $100 machine to tell me how deep the water is. I got a rod and reel that I've already had. Just put a sinker on it, drop it down the hole. There you go. You got your depth. And we're not fishing real deep water up here anyway. Like I said, 7 feet is probably deep area, maybe 8 foot max. So I don't need all the electronics like that. I have it, but I don't use it.
Hey, Rhonda.
The less stuff that I have to carry out on the ice, the better off I am.
That makes sense. Fishing for Whiskers, Rhonda said, this is actually a change of pace for me. I'm usually reading chat to Ed and Linda. Today, I just get to listen.
There you go, dear.
Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely, Rhonda. Always happy to have you in here. And Josh, Jish, whatever your name is.
Dish.
Living Waters Outdoors.
Dish.
Wants to know if you've had a nutty buddy lately, Austin.
Yeah, pretty recently.
We had some on the boat last Saturday.
We did.
Dustin,
And then
back up to a question that you had asked quite a while ago, maybe right in the beginning, but you asked him about if somebody asked about how do you keep the holes from
Icing over. Mm-hmm.
And you went over your cover.
Yeah.
But you didn't say anything about somebody who doesn't have a cover.
Oh, then they're going to continue to clean their...
Right. And that picture you have of the auger shows the Big Dipper thing there next to it.
Yeah, it's the ladle with the holes in it.
Right. That's what they use.
That's the ice scooper to scoop the ice off the top of the...
When your ice holes ice up.
Sitting right there on the chair with the little red handle.
You use that giant ladle there to scrape the ice off the top of that hole.
Now, what's nice about that ladle is once you drill your hole and clean the ice out, put the ladle down in the hole, because the top of the ladle, where the spoon is itself, there's a measuring tape up the side. Tells you how deep the ice is.
Okay.
And it goes up to like a little over a foot. So it goes probably to like 14, 15, 16 inches.
Well, maybe
something like that.
They probably make them longer.
Oh, yeah, they do. But for me, that's ideal.
That makes sense.
So when we went through the ice today, we always check to see what kind of ice thickness we have, and we had 9 inches today. It's awesome.
I got you.
And what's really neat, the more people you have on the ice fishing with you, the better the time you're going to have.
Like any other time you go fishing. More people you have, the more fun you have.
Right.
I agree with that 100%.
We had an awesome time today on the ice. Caught a lot of fish. I don't know if anything's still here, but anything, we did get that extra 2 fish after you left there, buddy. Russ got them both.
I think he went to bed.
Right out of your hole.
That's what I was going to say was
Right out of your ice hole.
Right out of your ice hole.
I just wanted to say Lisa went to bed, Bob went to bed, a couple of people couldn't stay up a little any later. So thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate you. Hope you enjoyed the show, and hope you check out some more of our content.
Most definitely.
Josh said, "I'm glad the skunk catfish season is over. It's going to pick up here on the James River soon. I'm sure of it. Once Mother Nature stops getting angry at us for whatever reason."
Yeah, really. I think it's supposed to snow again next Wednesday.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Well, Thursday for us.
Right.
But
I think
cold. Super
it must be
cold.
it must be overnight because I think it's Wednesday and Thursday. So it must be
a blast coming.
Yeah.
Which is good for ice fishing. But
Yeah.
hey,
Might get another.
I'm getting cabin fever here. I want to get out and do some flathead fishing. You know me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy sitting out on the boat at nighttime. No worries. Just listen for the rides.
As much fun as the ice fishing is.
Flathead's a lot more fun.
Yeah. It's completely different. They're both fun, but I'll take the catfishing over the ice fishing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, even when you're prepared for the cold, it's still cold.
Right.
Well,
you know,
you don't understand butterfly situation. If she sees one snowflake, that's too much.
I'm done. I saw snow for the year. Why do I need to see more? I'm good with one.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
but you're a trooper.
Though,
I gotta give you that. You are a trooper. You wanted to try it. You did it. Now you like it. Now you want to buy an ice house. You want to buy all this stuff. No,
an ice palace.
Keep it simple.
I like that method.
You don't need all that. Granted, people that have money coming out the wazoo, they can afford all this stuff, right?
Well, I'm not saying buy an ice house like Uncle Don has. I'm saying buy a tent, and you already have everything else. You have all the gear. You have the heated stadium seats for the chairs. We have we have everything we need except the bigger shelter.
And that's only because you got in Bob's and fell in love with it.
And it would be nice if you had a shelter that you could fit more than one person in.
No, I can see that. Mine is only good for one person. Right.
So Austin's saying Ed's going to what?
Ed's going to have to build her a she shed on the ice.
we don't have enough ice. He'll be building something he's going to have to build a houseboat and then put it on the ice.
That was funny. I like that. A she shed.
I'll tell you what, the day I was there with Bob, he offered me to go in there, and I went in there, and he set me up with his little jigger rod, and I sat in there, and it was really, really very comfortable and very nice, and actually it was quite warm.
He had the heater going.
And he's there like, well, Linda took over my ice hut. But he offered it. I didn't just take it over on my own. But yeah, he didn't get it back till we left.
Greg Burgess is saying, what if you install snow skis on a wheelchair and use ski poles?
Hey, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, but still, you need nice access to get onto the lake.
Access is going to be important for that.
Yeah, you're not going to be going down them rocks like we're doing. That's for sure.
We're talking.
It's even dangerous walking down those rocks with the cleats on.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the fun part. And once you get on them, that's getting down to the ice is, at your own risk, but on this show, we can come up with fun ways once you're out there,
Well, it reminds me, I saw I think it was a meme on Facebook that it showed the top of really long stairs, and at the bottom were some houses or I don't know. I think there were houses, and then you saw the beach off to the right, like the ocean, and it said an 8-minute walk or a 5-minute fall to the houses. So you fell down the stairs, or a 5-second fall, an 8-minute walk or a 5-second fall.
No,
there's a
but
couple.
yeah, if I would have laid down there, but I was fishing, so I couldn't lay down. But I could have gone to bed in there.
Yeah, Nolan said went in there and disappeared. Was surprised she didn't go to bed in there.
Oh, is Rhonda still in here?
I believe so. Yes.
It probably is.
Rhonda, you said you wanted a pair of these for your corn on the cob. I just happen to have an extra brand new pair for you.
Oh, there you go.
We need.
So we'll be sending that out shortly.
But then we need a video of her eating her corn on the cob.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, Rhonda, you're up.
Rhonda's gonna show up. Rhonda's gonna show up to like Thanksgiving dinner with that thing around her neck, ready to go.
Dustin, before your show is over, I would like to give one of your viewers a shirt, hat, and sticker combo. So if you want to run a wheel or something for it.
I'm getting ready to set that up now. I appreciate that.
All right.
Yeah, that's awesome of you, Ed. I knew you were going to do that.
What did I?
Do you want to add my hat to it, or do you want to give them a choice?
You want to throw a hat and sticker in there too?
Well, a sticker.
There you go.
Goes,
a hat and shirt sticker from a.
Not a shirt.
Not a shirt. Okay, she don't have
but
a shirt.
I have hats that are universal.
Okay.
Size.
Okay.
So and the sticker always goes with it. So.
Okay. You're gonna get 2 hats, a shirt, and 2 stickers.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, there we go.
Sounds good.
We'll give that away just a minute.
I told my wife to put in for that, and she looked at me and said, "Don't tell me what to do. That's my. Those are my, things that I'm winning. I'm not giving that to you.
You want to do it there yourself, Austin?
You don't have one of my hats.
I'm using my phone. You put in for it on my behalf."
Rhonda said, "Yes, sir. Woohoo! New corn on the cob holders."
There you go.
Corn picks.
Corn picks. Mission Discover Nolan said, if anybody is brand new to ice fishing, I have a video showing my first ever trip with all the stuff I learned and also my mistakes, so you don't have to make them too.
There you go.
I appreciate you sharing that.
Like I said, he has an awesome channel.
Definitely check him out if you haven't already.
I don't know. Did anybody drop Mission Discover's link?
I don't know, but if somebody could do that, I saw the link to Anyfin's video, but if somebody could drop some links to Mission Discover and some of the newer folks we have in here, that'd be great.
Yeah, Rhonda could do that.
There you go, Rhonda. That's your payment for the corn cob holders.
So what's the?
Go ahead.
Never mind.
No, go ahead. Nope.
I was just gonna say, what's the code gonna be? Hashtag she shed. You get an Ed Evans hat and an Ed Evans shirt and a they've kept a butterfly alive in a jar since spring. And they're gonna ship that to you too.
Just a couple more questions real quick, and then I'll show a couple of the videos that you sent.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead and do this giveaway, and we really appreciate you doing that.
No problem.
So you mentioned earlier your ice fishing season is limited. What's the typical length of the ice fishing season up there in Pennsylvania?
Well, last year I got
typical length is no more than a week or two.
Right, but I got 2 days on the ice last year.
Oh, wow.
The year before that, I didn't get any time on the ice, and then the year before that, I think I got a week. This is the most we've had in probably 5 years.
Yeah.
As far as ice fishing. Now that's in this area. You could go up north, like up to Lake Erie and stuff like that. They get a lot more ice than we get.
Hey, Ed, actually
down here, that's what we have.
This is more of a question for butterflies. Chris from Catfish with Us said that you need to ship some sunshine up to them if you could do that.
You know, if I could just get some sunshine here, I would gladly share some with you guys up there. But today, while he was out on the ice, we had a miserable day here. And one of my girlfriends called, and we're talking. She don't live that far away. She lives like 11 minutes away. And she said the sun was out really bright at her house. And I'm there like, really? Then send some over here. Well, it never got here. I asked him about how it was over where he was, which was, what, maybe 20 minutes the other way? I was right in the middle of the two. He had sun. She had sun. I didn't have any sun.
Oh.
So
USPS is so unreliable.
I'll tell you, something's wrong with that picture.
They don't
Yeah,
pipe it in
if I
till Tuesday.
If I could ship out sunshine, I would be famous.
That's right. Well, you are already.
Rhonda,
Yeah,
to answer
yeah,
your
but-
question, once the water temperature gets back up to 50 degrees, we'll be back on the river.
What's up, Nubbies? Mike Irvin.
So
how you doing
we're just
tonight?
waiting for the water temperature. That's all.
There you go. Mission Discover Nolan said, we have just arrived at the hotel. Thanks for the entertainment during the road trip, part 1. Hopefully I can charge up the laptop and do some video editing tomorrow.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Well, enjoy your trip to Tennessee there, Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Appreciate you watching.
Safe travels, buddy.
Yep.
Absolutely. There's Missy Kennedy.
I'll have to check out his channel.
Yeah, Missy's all confused now. She thinks it's Wednesday night for Fish on Wednesday.
That's right. Wait, this ain't Wednesday nights. Fish on Wednesdays. See, Rhonda said, are we at least in the 40s yet? Can you tell I missed the show?
No, we're nowhere near the 40.
Nowhere near 40. But Rhonda,
We got 9 inches of ice, Rhonda.
we just may be doing a pop-up next week on the ice.
Yeah.
So
What's
Keep
keep
right-
the
posted.
what's the temperature of the water underneath the ice?
You know,
Where y'all are right now?
I couldn't even tell you that. I didn't have a thermometer to check it.
Oh, shucks.
Well, it's a shame because I know Nolan, he had
The graph.
the graph
Yeah.
thing, and I think it had temperature of water and stuff on there. Not from this trip, but
Right.
from the last trip that we were out. He could give us a good idea because we had 11 inches of ice that
Right.
time.
Because I mean, once you get to a certain thickness, ice is an insulator. So
Right.
Absolutely.
kind of interesting information, I think.
Yeah, just think if it froze all the way down to the bottom, everything in there would die.
Yeah. And I tell you what, I think the videos that I've seen came from Lake Erie, but I've seen videos of real thick, super clear ice and guys walking out there at night shining a flashlight, and they can see the walleyes sitting still, just almost like they're hibernating, like almost like they're sleeping, and
In a
they're just
dormant
sitting.
stage, yeah.
Yeah. And nice big ones too, like 20, 23-inch, it's like good sized walleyes
Yep.
just sitting there. And there's nothing like you're looking at a fantastic dinner, but there's like 2 foot of clear ice in between you and
Missy
Yeah.
Kennedy said she can tell you that the temperature, Austin.
It's cold.
It's cold.
cold. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
we know for sure.
Oh yeah.
So one more question that I had is how many different places, Ed, have you ice fished before, or have you strictly fished there in Pennsylvania?
No, I fished around. I'm from Yardley originally. So in Yardley, back in the day,
That's Jersey.
no, it's Pennsylvania. Yardley,
Okay.
Pennsylvania.
Oh,
It's near Washington's Crossing.
Okay.
You had a lot of lakes down there. The canal, the Delaware Canal used to freeze up, and we used to ice fish that also. The Delaware River, you kind of want to stay away from that because that's moving water. Even though you have ice on it, don't trust it. You know what I mean? You go down in a heartbeat and you'll be under the ice. So just stay off of any moving water like that. You don't want to go out on any rivers. But we also fished down the shore, believe it or not. I forget the name of the bay, but it was loaded with white perch. My dad used to take us when we were little, and that was a lot of fun.
Well, where'd you must go just the other week? Not only on it.
We went up to Lake Onalani a couple of weeks ago. I fished Green Lane. I fished I can't even think of it right here.
The one in Quakertown?
No, the one right here. Peace Valley Park.
Valley.
Okay.
Lake Lena, that's it. Lake Lena.
Yeah.
And then the one up there on
Catch Basin Road.
Catch Basin Road, that's another little pond. It's good. We were just there 2 days ago.
Right.
Yeah, I fish a lot of local stuff. I don't go like to Lake Erie and stuff like that to fish because, again, that's a lot of traveling time. Plus, you're talking about getting a room, and it's just money, gas, you know.
Yeah.
And for a guy that's retired, that ain't happening.
Yeah, but I mean, truthfully, if you're gonna go, unless you have a specific species you want to ice fish for.
Right.
Ice fishing is ice fishing. You're gonna be, I mean.
Well, if you're trying to fish for walleyes, you're not fishing them where I'm fishing because we don't have walleyes here.
Right.
You'd want to go up to like Lake Erie or something.
whatever.
Yeah. So it all depends on what you like to fish for. I just do it because it's something to do in the wintertime. Where butterflies
Right.
There you go. So that's all the questions I had on my list of questions. I do have one question from a listener who left a comment on the post that I left earlier. But Austin, did you have any specific questions for Ed or Linda about ice fishing?
I did. A couple of them have already been answered though. But what was one of them? So I mean, how much would one of those rods cost? Because like down here, we don't have like that kind of stuff really isn't in the stores. Like like even if you go into the Bass Pro Shops down here, they don't have a whole lot of options on that kind of stuff. And it's not really something that I've looked
Facebook
online for.
Marketplace.
Yeah. I know you were talking about that, earlier.
$10.
There you go. But see,
so
you're from the.
If you had
Yeah.
to buy one, how much would one cost?
I don't know. Probably too much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's a good point though. Like, the area that you're in, that's, people are doing that up there. So you're going to find that stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Down here, you really wouldn't. So down here, it'd be more of a, unless you wanted to drive up to Pennsylvania to buy that stuff. You'd typically down here. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but if you're gonna get a rod like that, where are you gonna use it?
You're only going to use this through the ice. That's it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that I would. I was just curious.
Catfish on that. You'd snap this thing right now.
No, Annie Finn was saying that you could actually catch something bigger on this
through the ice because they're not as feisty as they are when there's no ice on the water.
Right.
Because of the water
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
definitely
not
bring a bigger fish up on this in the wintertime than you could in the summertime. Yes.
That's nice ice fishing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm going to use that stuff. I was just curious what kind of, price ranges, on that kind of stuff.
Buck Williams is saying a dock demon would work.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Dustin, did we answer your wife's questions?
Yes, all of them. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
She's been watching. I can hear it in the bedroom. I can hear her have it on the TV. So
okay,
I appreciate that.
Nope.
That gives me an idea though, Dustin.
That's good.
Well, I mean, you and I proved to the entire planet how good we are at finesse fishing during the finesse tournament.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah,
I think
you
it would be,
took first
I,
place.
I think it would be kind of fun to maybe get a couple of ice rods and see if we could get a couple of decent fish on them. I mean, it's going to be a
If you're
long
going to
fight.
do that, go with the ugly stick dock demons.
Yep.
They're the short ones, and they take a beating, brother. You could put some line on that and really try to get them fish up out of the water.
Yeah.
That would be a fun tournament. I would like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah.
That'd be
Go
fun
to
to do.
Walmart, buy 6 dock demons, and
Yeah.
matter of fact, the little rod that I used with the sinker on it, that is a dock demon rod.
Oh,
So I would only have to buy 5 more.
there you go.
And dress it up with some heavy like Power Pro or something, some braided line.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're not going
Probably
to put a lot of line on this.
only times I would use braid. But I think if you want to try the whole finesse thing, that'd be fun too.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the finesse thing, I mean, Dustin and I were just, we were catching fish after fish after fish on nothing but 2-pound, trout line. And that was so much fun. Like once you get to that level of finesse, 2-pound line on ultralight rods and you're, you're suspending 6 of them in a pretty tight area for catfish. That's, that gets pretty crazy pretty quick. So I think it'd be fun to do pretty much the same thing, but use all dock demons or something like that.
Right. My question to you is, how many lines did you lose with all those fish that you caught?
Do what?
no, we didn't lose many lines. I didn't think
No.
I don't think we broke.
I
I
think
think maybe one.
I think maybe one, but I don't know if we
Only
even.
one broke a 2-pound test line?
You gotta know
Yeah.
how to finesse it in, Ed.
That's how we won the tournament, Ed. 'Cause
I thought you would have lost more than that, though, on 2-pound test line.
Nah,
Wow.
I really don't think. Actually, I don't know if we lost any fish. I think one rod got hung up, and that's how we lost that rod, that line. I don't think we had a fish break the line. I don't, maybe, but I don't remember losing a fish.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and watch it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, if you go back to the last finesse tournament, because the 2-pound, not to get off subject, but like the 2-pound line, you had a 3 times multiplier on the fish weight. If you used 4-pound line, it was a 2 times multiplier. If you had 6-pound line, the fish weight stayed the same, but you couldn't use anything more than 6-pound line. So we kind of knew that most people were going to go with the 6-pound line because most people aren't going to feel comfortable going fishing with 2-pound line to begin with. The people that we're fishing against are normally using like 40-pound mono, so that's not 2-pound line isn't something they're used to. So I kind of figured that the way to win it was going to be go with the 2-pound line, and that's what we did. And like if you look at the final scorecard, if we would have actually had the Mad Cat scale, we would have annihilated like the whole
You
book.
got 3 times the weight of the fish for using 2-pound test.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and we caught a lot of fish that day, and I think we maybe went to 3 spots, maybe 4 spots.
If
all in the
that.
same general area. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all within like 100 and maybe 150 yards of river,
Yep.
just kind of bouncing around.
So I don't want to keep anybody else too late because I know we got some folks in here that want to go to bed. But I do want to say my wife reached out to me and wanted me to tell you thank you for answering all of her questions. It's like I said, this show was really something that she wanted to see because it's something that kind of piqued her interest. So she wanted to say thank you for answering all the questions that she asked.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, and
It's a blast.
if you ever have the opportunity to come up, that the circumstances are good, she's welcome to try her hand at ice fishing. I have an extra pair of cleats that would probably fit her shoes.
And we have extra ice things for your neck.
Perfect.
She just has to bring warm clothes. That's all, and boots.
We got some of that.
That's it. We have all the gear.
So
Just
the
let her-
one. Go ahead.
Just let her know. Just let her know when you're done with the she shed. Ed.
Yeah.
She'll be right up.
Yeah, we'll keep her posted on when that gets done.
My wife would probably come up if you do that.
There you go.
Girls trip.
Well, we can have an all-girls team.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Wabash Nate left a comment on the post I made earlier, and he wanted to know how many layers does Butterflies and Sunshine wear when she's ice fishing.
Well, on my feet, 3. On my bottom torso, at least 2, sometimes 3. And that consists of like there's skiers long underwear, that real thin slinky stuff, and then
Yeah, thinsulate.
right, a pair of tights over that, and then the ski pants, and on the top 5.
Wow.
My
Wow.
regular, usually like a double layer shirt, my Butterflies and Sunshine little thinsulate jacket, the heated vest, and the coat.
Like I said, you could take it off. You can't put it on if you don't have
My
it.
clothes probably weigh almost as much as me.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, she looks like Ralph's little brother on A Christmas Story, walking
Yeah,
out there.
right.
Like she falls on the ice and says, "Ed, come help me!" Ed."
Just bounce back up. Well, like I said, I don't like to be cold.
Nope.
And I did want to try it, and I didn't want to make his day short or have to go sit in the truck or whatever. So I didn't, it really was not all that bad. Both times I was out, the first time with Finn.
And it was cold.
And
It was cold.
that day was even colder than the day that we went live.
Right.
But yeah,
That day was colder than today, believe it or
it
not.
was
Even though we had a little bit of drizzle in the morning,
right.
which
Oh,
made
yeah.
it miserable, but the temperature was warmer than when we went out the first time with you.
Oh, definitely, because we would have had snow if anything came out of the sky that day.
Right.
But I would say that anybody who is willing to go out on the ice in the first place, okay, that trusted enough at 4 inches or better, it's definitely worth the try. It's a whole different experience. It's a whole different fishing world of experience than fishing off a boat or fishing off a bank.
Now, you also say you wouldn't do it every day.
Well, no, I would not do it. But as today proved, when Eddie Finn invited me yesterday, I said, no, I will be watching from inside. I will not be out there because I knew we were going to get cold, damp, rainy, windy weather today. And
Right.
that was not going to happen. I wasn't going to put myself out there. Like I said, I don't want to ruin somebody else's day either by being so miserable that they want to take me home.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put myself in that position to do that.
Yeah.
I almost
Well, you
asked
did-
Austin to take me home last Saturday because I was so miserable.
That Saturday was rough.
Yeah, we had a pretty rough winter. I mean, the whole country has really been abnormal.
Yeah.
I know. And then on top of it, you got Puxatawny filled seeing his shadow. So we get 6 more weeks of it.
Yay.
Yeah, that groundhog, I'll tell you what. He
Must be
has
from
to-
Pennsylvania.
He always has to see his shadow anyway with all the camera lights and stuff that are on, and there's no way he can't see his shadow.
Yep.
That's
Well,
true.
I got curious and I went back and
What is
if
it?
you go on
Hog?
if you go on
Sandhog?
Wicked, what?
Sandhog? that
Oh.
what they call them?
Yeah, stand hog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got curious and I went on Wikipedia and looked up at Groundhog Day or whatever, and they actually have a chart that shows like every year whether he saw a shadow or didn't, and it's like resounding, overwhelmingly always he sees a shadow. On average,
Right.
he almost never doesn't.
Did it give you the whole history of that Groundhog Day thing?
Yes, it did. It's German. Comes from Germany.
Yeah, it was an English custom, and they used the hedgehog, but they couldn't find hedgehogs here, so they used the groundhog.
Yeah, it was German immigrants when they came over. They used what they could. They said, "Look at that ugly thing in the ditch. We'll use that."
Right. Well, in German, a groundhog is a Grundsau.
Yeah.
But you probably know that, Austin, since you're Amish.
Stop profiling me, Linda.
He plays an Amish guy. He's not an Amish guy. He plays an Amish.
I know he's not.
Pennsylvania Dutch, New Wave Dutch.
Yes, he's New Wave Dutch.
So, real quick before we do I got a couple of short videos that Ed was kind enough to share with us, and then I want to do this giveaway so everybody else can go get some sleep tonight. But Colorado Jay just sent me his looks like his hut that he uses on the ice.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, see that?
Oh,
He's got a Cadillac.
See?
Look at the ice auger. It's power auger.
I know. I mean, talk about having it all, right?
Yeah.
Well, look at that. He's even got a guard dog on that rod.
This is the one I looked up for.
Yes,
us.
he does. Look at that. He's got a guard dog on there.
Look at that.
For us.
And how much was that one?
That's a pretty cool picture.
It's less than 300.
It certainly is.
That's that
Like
one.
the longer you look at it, the more complicated they get. Like the more things you find.
That's it. Yeah.
It's just like anything else. You buy a boat, you buy all this stuff for it, you know what I mean? Same thing with ice fishing.
Yeah, but when you have a hut like that, you can make yourself more at home, so you're naturally going to have more stuff than if you didn't have a hut like that.
That is correct.
Oh my gosh, Ed, just tell her you're gonna get her one. For Pete's sake.
I'll buy it.
She wanted to buy it for herself.
I just
Right.
need, we have to have a sled or whatever to take it, and all the other stuff is already stuff that we have for the boat.
All right, so we got a couple 30, 45-second videos I want to share that Ed shared with us, and one's a little bit longer. But we're going to show those real quick because it's almost 11 o'clock Eastern time. So we'll show those real quick, and then we'll do this giveaway for an Ed Evans shirt, hat, sticker, and a butterfly. What was in it? Butterflies and sunshine hat.
Hat and sticker, yep.
Hat and sticker. So there we go. It's a big combo. So stick around, and then we'll show these videos, and then we'll get right to that.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Pull. Come on, fish. Come on. Hey!
He's a little one.
Hey, it's a fish.
Don't put your hand in his mouth. He's got teeth.
I know.
Okay. Awesome. You caught that one all by yourself. Nobody helped you.
That was a good fish.
That was a good fish.
That was the little one.
Yeah, that was a little one. Yeah.
All right, let's see what this next this about 45-second clip shows us real quick.
Well, let me give you a little walk around my little ice shack. It's a little free bill. Keeps you warm when you're out here ice fishing. Yeah, I just keep all my gear over here that I usually pull in the sled. Nice little seat. The heater's going. Nice and warm. Yeah. Can't beat it.
It's all you need to keep out of the wind. That's all.
So all that stuff you put in, was that the sled that the everything came in, that you could put your heater in and you pop everything up, or is there a separate sled?
No, everything goes right in the sled.
Right. And
Nice.
that's the essential kit.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the she shed kit. We get it.
Not the she shed.
That's a bit more. So what's this? This last there's a minute 22 clip. It looks like you might be catching some more fish in here. So, so let's watch that one real quick, and then we'll get to this giveaway, and then we'll
Roll
call it
that
a night.
beautiful bean footage.
Okay. Oh. Hopefully you got her. You feel it?
Nope, not yet. Got it.
All right.
Little one.
Can't be littler than mine.
Yes. Ha ha! Largemouth bass. Look at that. Awesome.
About time, right? That's what you were wanting.
I wanted a bass. Yep. Here we go.
Need pliers?
I got pliers in my pocket. Might be able to get that one out.
Oh, good for you.
Got it out. Awesome.
All right.
First bass for me for 2025 through the ice.
There you go.
Very cool.
Looks like a lot of fun out there.
Oh, it is a lot of fun. Never know what you're going to get till it gets up through the hole.
So ice fishing is like a box of chocolates.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
never know what you're gonna get. All right, so we'll do this giveaway real quick, but I do want to say thank you to Ed and Linda for coming up tonight and talking to us as long as you have about ice fishing. It was greatly appreciated. I know it was short notice, but we appreciate you coming up on the show tonight and sharing all your knowledge that you had for ice fishing. And hopefully anybody that watches can take some of this knowledge and go out and start ice fishing on their own if they're, I'm going to guess, farther up north. But
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
For inviting me. It's our
Absolutely.
pleasure.
And we always
Lots of-
appreciate everybody in chat coming in and chatting with us, keeping the conversation rolling. We really appreciate it. Welcome to all the new folks. I'm glad to see you out here. Hope you, like I said, go check out Austin's Fishing Fevers channel, Ed Evans and Butterflies and Sunshine. And if you like the content, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. And I would be remiss if I did not mention a huge supporter of ours and friend, Freddie and Nina from F.O.A. customsandgear.com. You can go there and get all your fishing needs, minus the reels and the bait. Anything else you need for fishing, not just catfishing but bait fishing. They have bait towels and shirts and stuff like that. So go check out F.O.A. customsandgear.com. You can use TSW10, or you can use Fever 10. Save yourself some money, and I think you'll like what you see. And Freddie and Nina are great people to work with. And I don't think you'll be disappointed in any of the products that they sell. Or if you do have an issue with anything, their customer service is top notch. I don't think you're gonna be able to beat that either. So,
Very true.
Well, I know he's super busy with the CatCon
Yeah.
right now,
He's gearing up for CatCon. Yep.
but
Oh, yeah.
hopefully after CatCon's over, I want to contact him because I'm looking at possibly getting bait towels too to add to our giveaways.
There you go.
That's awesome. Yeah, they do a great job, and that's I know I'm looking forward. I'm sure I speak for Austin and his wife too. I know I'm looking forward to seeing them next week because we will be at CatCon. So,
Yep.
as a matter of fact, next week Snaggin'
Are you
Night
going
Live.
live?
What's that?
Are you going live?
Snaggin' Night Live next week, Thursday night, will be from the hotel there at CatCon.
Awesome.
I learned my lesson the first time I went about doing a live inside the conference center. It's very spotty signal and it was very choppy. So if I do anything, I'll probably record and edit a video for afterwards, maybe do a premiere. But yeah, we'll definitely do our show next weekend from Louisville, from the hotel, and hopefully we can get some people to pop in and say hello. But looking forward to CatCon next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Chris wants to know if you guys are going to CatCon.
Not this year.
No,
She wanted to go this year. I couldn't. Possibly next year.
we'll see.
Awesome.
We'll
Cool.
see.
But we're not
Right.
taking no plane, that's for sure.
No.
Too many of them coming down now, so
Yep.
I'll be driving.
Yes, sir.
It's still safer than driving.
I'll drive anyway.
All right, so we're gonna. I just made it short, so I just put Ed in the. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. All right. So let me share this screen. I got my camera's in the way. All right. Hashtag Ed. Go ahead and put hashtag Ed in the chat, and we'll give away an Ed Evans sticker, shirt, hat combo to go along with a Butterflies and Sunshine sticker and hat as well. All of that going to the same person. So we'll give this about 3 or 4 minutes. David Smith saying, "Darn, Ed needs to get a she shed built and tickets to CatCon. Come on, man."
Austin, see what you started with this she shed?
Sorry.
No, thank you.
It caught on a little better than I thought it was going to.
Oh, they ran wild with it, I'm telling you.
So what we're going to do here is go ahead. My email is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, teamsnaggingwhiskers@gmail.com. Just to make it easy, send me the winner needs to send me an email, and then I'll get your information to Ed and Linda. So we'll give it a couple more minutes. Anything else you and Linda want to add?
The newcomers or anything you'd like to add?
No, I just, like you said, I just say I encourage anybody that's willing to go out on the ice, because a lot of people don't want any part of it, no matter how thick the ice is, and that's up to the individual. But anybody who is willing to give it a shot, give it an honest try, because I think you'll enjoy it. If you like to fish, you'll enjoy it. It's a great experience.
And as for me, I just like taking people out that hadn't done it, just to see the expression on their face when they're bringing the first fish up through the ice. It's totally different than fishing during the summer, that's for sure. But you have to dress for the elements. If you're not comfortable, you have to dress warm. You can always take off. You can't put on if you don't have it.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that I tell everybody. Just dress warm.
Absolutely, safety is always paramount when you're,
Yes, it is.
Safety first.
especially when you're on the cold and the elements.
Anybody that's going out on the ice, you need to get a pair of these. Not necessarily the sneakers, but the cleats.
I think Linda's telling everybody they need to get some platform high heel.
Platform.
Sneakers.
Not everybody's
So
into high-heeled sneakers.
Did you hear that often?
When you're this short, you can get away with high-heeled sneakers.
Oh boy, All right, everybody, we can go ahead and just put Donald Long down as the winner. Donald Long is in the house.
Oh boy.
Yep. I saw that too.
Congratulations, Donald.
No, if those of you don't know what we're talking about, whenever we're in a live where there's giveaways and Donald Long's participating, he usually wins. If there's multiple, he'll probably win multiple times.
He is the luckiest man I know in drawings.
I
I'm
have
telling
to
you.
say.
I've always said he could probably start a business selling the stuff that he wins on these giveaways.
Exactly. Yeah.
He said been here watching and listening. We'll appreciate that, Donald.
Yeah, always good to see you, Donald.
Yep. It is good to see you, buddy.
Absolutely.
So,
all right.
So Linda's been wearing Ice Versus out there.
Ice Versus.
The Converse with the some Ice Versus.
No, she wears those other black boots, the warm ones.
Yeah.
They got a little felt liner in them and all. You want boots that are gonna
water resistant or waterproof.
Waterproof is better than water
nice,
resistant.
thick, warm soles.
Yeah. Something that's gonna be comfortable because you're gonna be doing a lot of walking on the ice.
Yep.
And like I said, it's always Linda doing it gingerly. She's got this
Very,
strut.
Yeah.
David Smith said,
He's like, you're
sorry,
gonna
go
break a hip. I gotta give you these things to wear.
Yeah.
yeah. David Smith said, I'll go ahead and say it. Congratulations, Donald.
Might as well.
And then
Yeah,
there's Chris
Smith
saying #ban Donald Long. All right, we'll go ahead and roll this giveaway real quick. Mrs. Fever's in there saying hello.
Ban Donald.
All right, we got looks like we got 11 or maybe 10. Yep, we got 10 entries. Let's go ahead and roll this before 11 o'clock rolls around. Thank you all for so much for coming in. We'll go ahead and end the show right after this is over with. So thank you all for coming in. Ed and Linda, thank you all for coming up. Austin, as always, thank you for coming up and helping out with the show.
Of course.
Hey, Dustin, when they give
Yes,
you the
sir.
information, make sure you get their shirt size.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. If it lands on Donald Long, I'm just going to end the show.
Oh, Rhonda.
There we go. There we go. Congratulations, Rhonda.
Whoa!
Good job, Wanda. Congratulations, dear.
Dustin, we already have her information.
Perfect. Makes it a lot
Her
easier.
shirt size
Wait,
is on.
wait.
And she could send it to.
Actually, I think
butterfly.
she has shirts, so we know her shirt. Unless she wants, Rhonda, if you want a different size, just message me.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get that worked out. Thank you all so much for coming. I will be gifting that to Bobby922.
Oh,
I have his address. Just need his shirt size. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, there you go,
Yep.
Bobby.
Yep. He's got to go to
922.
Bobby's got to go to www.sheshedsbyed.com in order to get it.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. Everybody have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you all from CatCon Louisville, Kentucky next week.
All right, we'll be looking forward.
All right.
to it.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Have a good one.